Hi, welcome to the channel today. Today we're going to be going to do a walkthrough through the container gardening. I have about 120 some odd plants, maybe 125. It varies. Things change on a very consistent basis. Yeah. It's been getting less, I think. First, we're going to start out on the raspberry. So far, of course, it's a cool part of the year. They're all doing really great. This is the, I just had it remembered, Glencoe. It is thornless variety, and it's doing good. That was, well, I tell you, we're going to have, let's see here. This one's not. There's the first taste test.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't like these that well. I'm a blackberry person. Oh, just give me protein.
A little sour, but not bad.
Now my son's going to try one.
What do you think?
It don't have a sweetness or a store-bought ones.
No, it doesn't.
They give up 4% mathematics to order.
Yeah.
Okay. These have not made yet. They do have thorns on them. But they're little bitty thorns. They're not like the thorns that one's got. This here's Crimson Night. This one over here is Mysore. It has the distinction of, and that there is the ladybug larva.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, they're good buds. Well, I say that. They're not supposed to jump.
I don't think that was a larvae state.
Huh.
That must have been a kind of beetle.
Might should have killed it. I don't think they jump. But as you can see here, very vicious thorns. They got a hook on them. Yeah, they got a hook. They hook down just a little bit. They reach out there and grab you.
That's just rude.
Yeah, I know. I said I'd never grow it again. And over here is the Dorman Red. It is supposed to be the one that can handle the heat better. I do need to put it in bigger pots. I think I said the last 3 videos. Over here we do got the tomato plant. That's the Fuzzy Wuzzy. And here's the tomato there. It makes a really pretty tomato. It's very productive. And you notice I don't say anything about the taste. It's not a bad tasting, but it's more like a paste tomato. It's got a thick skin to it. It does have a little fuzz on the peach itself, on the tomato itself. But it's really a unique looking variety. You know, Elizabeth, she has a granddaughter, and that's her tomato. So I have to take her one every year. Okay. Next year when I retire, we'll have to make a special trip. Here is, I had these named.
It's falling down.
And it's Laura number 5. I got it because, hey, we even got one that's ready.
Oh,
we won't look at this side over here. We just look over here.
Goodness, somebody enjoyed that.
Yeah. But look, it's going to be very productive. And
nice, cute little oblong one.
We don't know what the taste is going to be like because we're not going to try that one.
No, sir.
So we'll throw it way over there so chickens won't get an idea. It could have been a chicken. I doubt it.
No, that wasn't a chicken peck.
Over there's your green tea.
Yeah.
It seems to be flopping over more. Don't know what that means.
I mean, it got sharp little.
Yeah, it's sharp.
I thought it was at first.
Serrated. And over here, the peach tree that didn't make peaches this year. It got cold. I ran out of room in the garage, so I couldn't take it in. That's the reason I have these in these pots, so I can take them in the garage. And the one problem is they're getting way too tall. But if I would have done that, I would have peaches this year. But I made some executive decisions, and I just left this one outside. These are the tadpoles. I put tadpoles to help control the mosquito larvae. This is the dwarf tomatoes. I have got them. I did do something. I did got them. If you look down here, got these little. I'll just look and see. I don't know. That's all we're doing, the walkthrough. Just clip on like that and it keeps them up. I don't see any tomatoes. One thing I did notice, a lot of the ones that I got this year, that I like, they were longer maturity, so that means that they're not going to put on as early. But they've got good size to them. We are still pretty early in the year. Over here we've got our loquats. And they're at the end of their cycle. I will try these.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
This is your Yehuda type. Get 2 seeds about that size. If you ever try to propagate these, you want the seeds that are still wet. Like if you plant these right now, they'll go ahead and sprout. If I melt them in the middle of somebody in 2 or 3 layers, they get them and they're dried out, the germination goes way down on them. So,
Boy, that thing's making like crazy.
yeah, I'm going to take that. I've got to do a talk with master gardeners.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take that and let them cut a pair of gloves and let them fight over it. These don't get much bigger than that. And so they're not edible, but they are little pineapples. You got stickers on them all up and down there. That's why you need. And each one of those you can break them apart and you'll make a sprout. Anyway, I do got to give a talk next Monday evening to master gardeners in Jasper. I've never done them before. So I've done talks with master gardeners, just not in Jasper County. This here is the cherry of the Rio Grande. It don't look real good. I did trim it up finally. It hasn't bloomed this year. I'm not sure it's going to. Usually when you get some winter damage on it, it doesn't bloom out. It's going to be a sparse producer. It does produce some decent tasting cherries. I mean, it does kind of have a cherry taste to it. A lot of the stuff that they say are cherry flavored, I know they do a lot of Barbados cherries around here, or selling them here recently, and it sounds great, but people's not even, they're dying because they can't handle the cold weather. This one has sat here for all Snowmageddon and Christmas freeze and all that. I know it did for the Christmas freeze. Snowmageddon I might have taken it in, I can't remember. But this year it sat outside the whole time. We got down to what, low teens again.
Yeah.
And it survived. So it's one of the tropical fruits that can actually survive this stuff. Here's some of the newer citrus I bought. Now this right here is a rootstock. So I need to take that off. And this side of here is also the rootstock. You can tell by the leaves. It's got these 3 pointed leaves. That looks like leaves on these. So the rootstock's here, and that's the grafted part. Come around here. That one's growing really good if you ever want to take any of the rosemary off of it. I haven't got this one to come back out yet, so I'm not sure if it's going to come back or not. Yeah. Should have taken more of this stuff out. You probably shouldn't do this because this thing can cut the fire out of you.
Yeah.
So if I start going like that, you know that's what happened. Over here is the grape, the Victoria red grape that I need to do something with that I haven't. I haven't figured out where I'm going to put it. But that was bought a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
That was bought back in the fall.
Uh-huh.
Because I had to go to JRN Nursery and I ain't been there in a long time.
Mm.
So my wife has this idea that I just bring plants and don't tell her that. She don't realize they spontaneously combust sometimes, or spontaneously appear, generate, spontaneous regeneration.
Is that that?
That's what it is. This is the pineapples. These pineapples here are putting out little pups, so I could take these pups off and start growing another pineapple plant. The pineapple over here is starting to make. It is the second one that I've made. Do we got our frog back?
No, he's passed away then.
Yes, he's telling me to be careful.
Not bad. It's also starting to throw off some of these cones,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll make a separate plant too. So, you know, some success.
Yay!
Because in gardening, there is I didn't come up with it, but they said the more plants you kill, the better gardener you become. And there's this kind of myth that some people have green thumbs, and most of those people are older. And what's happening is they've killed a lot of plants in their life, but they learn from the things they kill, and that's what makes them have a green thumb. Death means you have a green thumb. Because if you don't ever try something, you're not going to know if it works or not. I do like watching young YouTubers because they'll do stuff that I know is not going to work, and sometimes it does. But I would never try because I'm pretty determined that doesn't work. And hopefully I haven't put a comment that it won't work. Here is the pomelo Chandler, and got some little pomelos on it. Doesn't look very good. We've got the longan tree over here. It's starting to put out some blooms. It doesn't look very good either, but it's putting out blooms. And then over here we have the lychee tree, and it's got some blooms. Looks like a little fruit on it.
I see that.
So
Maybe.
yeah, there is fruit there. I know.
Okay.
So that's the little bitty baby fruits. Now whether or not they make it all the way or not, I don't know. But it does have a lot more fruits on it this year. So we'll see. Might need to put some water on it. When they start getting these burnt ends like that, that means if they've been without water and got drought. Here's the blackberries that I've yet to put in the any type of structure on them. They're out of that one I think is the Primark Freedom. And it's got one that's ripe over here. No, see, you would think this is ripe, but it's not.
I just checked it.
Now my dogs may be getting the ripe ones, I don't know. And then there is let's see if we can get to it. Let's go for it. Huh. Might not should have went for it. I don't really like this one that well.
Ouch.
It's just, it's not really.
It looks hard. Is that supposed to be a peach?
Supposed to be a nectarine.
Nectarine? Crunches like an apple.
Yep, Brian will like it.
Yep.
I'll see if I can get him to eat it. I'm going to keep this one just so I have it in case anybody else wants it.
Okay.
So I can bless somebody with a thorny plant. This is a different type of, I'm going to put that up because I end up stabbing you. That's the clementine. It doesn't look really good, but it does have a flushy growth on it, so maybe I get up out of it. I don't know. I fertilized it, still don't look that great. This is another one of the lychee trees. It's a different variety than the other one. I was trying to do it for cross-pollination. It's just not really wanting to bloom very well. It does got some blooms over here. I don't think any of them set. We'll find out. This here is a strawberry guava. I do have some pineapple guava over there. They did not bloom. The strawberry guava did. It's got fruit on it, so that's the little fruits there. It did bloom out. It's not as winter hardy as the other ones. I mean, the pineapple guava is supposed to be hardy. I mean, some people are saying down to the teens. I mean, down to single digits. So there's the peppers that I planted. I thought I planted them too tight. I still think I might plant them too tight.
I just harvested the sweet ones off
Okay.
of it for
These are sweet too.
Yeah, but they get bigger than that, I think. Actually, I thought those were something else. I thought those were the poblanos. I was looking at an angle.
No. See, because it says
Yeah,
Jimmy Nardello.
yeah.
If it's poblamos, I would have put poblamos on that. See, that's why we have those things there.
You
So you
probably
can see
would
it.
have got
And
them
it's
right.
almost eye level for you. And over here we got blueberries that the birds have been eating really well. Maybe the dogs. Have you?
Yeah.
Your other stuff,
Blueberry, coffee cake yesterday for
your mints are doing great. Chocolate mint and orange mint, and make all the tea you want. Same thing with, here's the Okinawa spinach.
Don't make tea of that.
Huh?
Don't make tea of that.
No, not with the Okinawa spinach.
No, that's why it's called spinach, not a tea. And it's really pretty. It's got a really pretty purple leaf. It's a good addition to a salad. It's not a lettuce substitute, but it complements the lettuces. So, and it loves the heat. So this thing gets huge. We got it at JRN Nursery in Houston, And if anybody needs a cutting of it, they cut really easy. And I actually did one in the summertime, like in August. Just cut one, stuck it, I think in that pot there, and it started growing. And then I had to find something to do with it.
Not oregano.
This is oregano, like she said. This is some basil. It just started coming up. And then over here, what I really came over here for, sorry about the twirling around. This is stevia. I bought it. This is the newest edition, stevia, and then this is the golden oregano. Don't know what the difference is, but it looked different. So,
It looks different.
and like I say, this is regular stevia that you can use for it. So, yeah, that's probably why it's got the golden colors, because they call it golden. If it'd been pink, they'd call it pink.
I hear a frog.
Over here, this is old stuff that you don't know anything about because you don't ever look that great. And it is the garlic chives
Oh.
that we bought when you was in the hospital.
Okay. So
And then I
that's pretty
split it up. It does good. It's going to do good this time of year. Then when summer comes, it kind of
good. All right.
doesn't do as good. Here's the rest of the different oranges and things. Here's some of the onions. They don't really look that good, but they're the best looking onions I got this year. Just a bad onion
That's
year.
sad.
Not as sad as the one in the garden.
It's sad that those are the best looking ones.
and-
That's what I meant.
And that's going to happen. I mean, you're not going to be successful in everything that you do. Here's the Jiu-Jitsu sweet lemons. They call it a lemonade tree. Basically, the best way to explain it, it's like an orange that has a lemon flavor to it, because it doesn't make a very good lemon per se, but because it's got a real mild flavor to it. But it doesn't have any of the tartness, so you can actually just peel it. You don't want, the segments are a little bit chewy, so you pop the segment, but kind of like you would a grapefruit, and then eat the flesh in the middle. And if you like lemons, it's a great way to eat the fruit. You've also made some lemonade out of it, but you do add a little bit of sugar to it, don't you?
Yeah.
But not near as much. Then this is basically the sumo that I really need to prune up, but I just haven't done it yet. Now this here is the Trilite Aprium, and it's not made hardly any in the past years, but it's got some fruit on it this year. In fact, it's got more fruit on it, I think, than any of my stone fruit. So I was kind of giving up on it. I've ate the fruit before. It is a very sweet, to me it's overly sweet. It doesn't have the complexity of flavor like some of your really good nectarines or really good plums or even really good peach. It just seems to be, but if you like that sugar rush, it's good for that. Over here, we've got the Roddenberry peach. The problem with it is it don't make till July, and usually by that time the squirrels are hungry and they get the fruit. I think I only ate like one or two of them. But it's got some fruit on it, so it's a little bit higher chill hour, so it didn't lose the fruit. It hadn't bloomed out yet. These trees, that one especially, was a low, is one of the tropic gold or it's one of the tropic beauty or tropic gold, and they're just got real low chill hours, so they do tend to bloom early, and then if it gets a hard freeze on it, it kills the fruit. So that's what happened to those. This is Patrick's fruit. Okay, keep an eye on that one. That's the only one you got. It don't look good. You got a hole all the way through it.
Oh,
That's not a good sign.
No,
But you
it's
still
not.
might be able to eat it, if you venture some. This is the second one of the kiddie pool that I've been doing. I make a couple videos on it. Still not seeing a lot of the fruit on my. And like I say, they got the flowers. They're just slower developing than what my tomatoes are out in the garden. Here is some sweet corn. I'm planting beside my non-sweet corn. Just now starting to get some, there's one up there, there's one there, the light's starting to give out on us. My deal is these should pollinate, tassel out before these have the silts on them, so they should not cross-pollinate. That's the theory. And these are doing good. I do got a little tassel right here. Some of them are falling over, and what I might have to do is try to tie some, put some T-posts and tie around it and kind of prop them up and see how that goes. Blueberries are making. Most of these are, well, all of these are the Southern High Bush. Does well. They tend to say if you're going to plant them, plant these if you're south of I-10 in Texas. If you're north of I-10, do it with the rabbit eye. These tend to be sweeter, though it's not always true. These are have a crunchier flavor to them. They're called Sweet Crisp. These here I got from HEB. They're those Sunshine Blue, and birds have been hitting them pretty hard. They had a lot of fruit on them, and ants. I'm not even sure what this spray is. In fact, I think all this is it's not going to kill it because it's just BT. And you have some kind of poison in it, but BT is not going to hurt that ants. But I really hate ants because all they're going to do is try to protect the. Let's see. No. Okay. These are the dead figs. So you know, Patrick. These are figs that didn't, well, I say that. No, that's dead still. These did not make it. We had a really cold temp, got down to the single digits, these smaller pots just can't handle. Whenever you put stuff in pots, you're going to lose a lot of the winter hardiness to them. If these been in the ground, they would have come back from the roots, I'm sure. But there were smaller trees in pots, they just can't handle the cold. Normally if they'd been in Dallas, it's probably been okay, even that far north for us. But these over here didn't die. So they done really well. Do have my roses. The root system on these aren't very good, so they kind of blew over. This one here, it's a pretty rose. This one I bought at the store. And like I say, it's really coming out. Seems like it has plenty of fertilizer to it. And then somebody come over and knock my deal off. Well, maybe it's just, probably need to be doing some more pruning on. I have not dealt in roses. That's not my forte, the roses.
That's why I was eating black blueberries.
And then these here, this is starting to bloom. This is my wife. These four here, it's my wife's for Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
We determined that.
Yes, we determined that.
Yes. So I'm gonna spend that much money, I get credit for something. And these are the figs I thought were dead, but they're starting to come up from the roots. So, and even that one over there I thought was dead for sure. Malt to black, and it's really good tasting fig. But it kind of surprised me that it died back, but it did. But it just died back, it didn't die, so that's good. And then, has Brian been checking these?
I don't know. They're all small on here that I'm seeing.
There were some bigger ones. Of course, Bert's could have got them all too. Probably won't add any fertilizer to it because you see that next pretty good size one. It's not ready, but
No, that's what I'm saying over here. They're soft when they're ready, right?
yes.
These are all hard over here.
Yeah, and they're about double in size. We do have one or two on this one of the peaches, and they'll be ready in a couple, 3 weeks. Here's one right here. They may not make it in the house. Squirrels.
Mm-hmm.
Squirrels, I tell you.
Yeah.
And I guess the one thing I just forget is a pomegranate. And it's going to bloom. I don't know if any of the blooms are going to make it. The pomegranates got in the ground, I think, have set some. So we'll find out. Pomegranates don't like what humidity, I found out after I bought all of them. You should really do your research ahead of time. Nobody does. but it really should. And also, one thing you want to do is, if you're going to try some type of exotic fruit, if you can, try to taste it first, because it does get frustrating when you spend a couple $100 or more, and then you find out you don't like the fruit. Yeah, we don't like jujubes, and they have thorns, and they didn't make it. Just one day, they're just gone. Like
It's a
say,
mystery.
yeah. But anyway, things like that happen around here. You might be wondering why there's a T-post right here. At one time, I'm going to have to redo this stuff. I had one of the trees, it was blowing over, so you just tie a T-post to it. And I think it was, well, this one's kind of one I got too. It's a T-post here, and that way, if the wind's trying to blow it the other way, it's going to hit the T-post, it's not going to blow over. Because even as big as that pot is, they will blow over pretty easy. That's one of the negatives of having container fruits. But none of these trees are dwarfs. They were dwarfed themselves. So they do sell dwarf peach trees or miniature peach trees, I forget which one they call them. But you can do that and that's fine. But you can also just go ahead and get a regular peach. And some of those miniature peaches are inedible. As the one guy said, even the wildlife don't like them. Now some of them, like Nectar Babe and some of those, they came out later, have better taste to it, but you know, you can get just a regular one you want. Just try not to let them get too tall or lean over like that one. But you know, that one over there, the Roddenberry, that's kind of what you want. But anyway, before it gets too dark, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.